Right, hello again. Dread Mechanic here for part 3 of my RX-78 mobile suit build stream. I'm joined today by one of my two cats, who has decided to plop herself right on my lap right as I begin streaming, and is purring very loudly and generally being a nuisance. Yes, madam, hello. But yeah, last stream we sorted out the basics of its reverse walking systems, although they're still a bit janky, but that is down to the angle that the feet can move at, and I can't really close that gap very much. So my other option is perhaps putting part of the foot on a set of hinges or something. I'm not sure yet. I'm not massively worried about the reverse mode settings yet, but yeah, we've set them up. Hello, Crota, son of Oryx. Well, seeing as you've said that, you've obviously not watched the two other streams I've done on this one yet, because it is currently in walk mode, so it can walk around and do stuff. And if I disable walk mode and activate flight mode, it does fly. And all of its arms and legs are set up to move around whilst it flies. I spent a great deal of time messing around, getting it set up to do all that. Still needs a few more thrusters. It's not very good in any position other than completely upright. But yeah, it flies. I'm a step ahead of you. The legs move when it flies. I will show you when I land. Flight controls. I have got a bunch of event controllers set up inside the mech. I was trying to do the same thing a while back, try and make moving parts. There's a couple of ways you can do that with event blocks. So for example, the forward block here is controlled. The event is a thruster when it's greater than whatever thrust threshold you want. That is triggered by one of the rear forward thrusters, and that action triggers a couple of timers down here, flight forward and reverse, and the flight forward and reverse timers have got a bunch of lights on them, and those lights turning on and off control the arms, because each section of each arm has a turret controller for weapon control stuff, but it's also got an event controller attached to each section of the arm. And each of those event controllers are attached to lights that are on the arms, and when those lights turn on and off, it moves the hinges backwards and forwards. So effectively, what it does is arm light left shoulder hinge, if I turn that light on and off, it moves the arm up and down. And if I do the same with the left elbow light, it moves that arm, that bit of the arm. If I do the left elbow hinge, it does that. So all those lights now act as switches to move all the parts. And then the flight controls, like I showed you before, turn those lights on and off in response to thrusters outputting. Yeah, cheers, man. It's all entirely vanilla as well. Like, there isn't a single script in this mech at the moment. Not one. There's not even a programmable block in here yet. Every single bit of this is all done using vanilla stuff. So yeah, effectively, when those thrusters activate, it moves all the arms. So if I push forwards, the thruster that is set up to trigger it will move all the lights, all the arms in that kind of way. And when it stops, when it drops below the threshold, it'll move to a different position. And when I go in reverse, it'll do that. When I go up, it'll do that. And when I drop down, it'll do that. But yeah, all those cyan lights on the outside of the body, they are all switches for each different section of the body. Like the legs, the feet, the hands and the arms. And just turning them on and off is what controls all that movement. It controls all the arms and leg movement during flight mode, and it also controls all of the leg movement in walk mode. You should definitely make a vid on thruster hinge. Yeah, there's quite a few like sort of tutorial video ideas I've had recently. Getting around to actually doing them and finding the time to do them is a different thing. But if you sift through some of my build streams, you'll see me actually building it in real time, so you'll get an idea of how a lot of this stuff works. You've still got a bit too much weight on the front again. To make this one more compact, no, not really. The biggest issue with making this one more compact is... which one am I in? That one. The biggest issue with making this one more compact is all of this madness in here. All of these rotors with all these gyros on them are what controls the vanilla balancing system that I've been working on, so I don't have to use scripts. I mean, if I made the mech smaller, I could make this system smaller, but it'd still need a certain amount of space to get this system in there. Because what this does is, this is set up with more event controllers and more timer blocks, and each pair of rotors is attached to a set of timers, which are in turn attached to event controllers, which are being triggered by these thrusters down here. If I get down here, if I press forward, you can see those thrusters kicking in. Something's not quite turning off properly there. something's turning on that shouldn't be. What am I doing? Oh, you mean one that doesn't walk, that just flies and moves? Yeah, you could easily scale it down. You just need at least one event controller for each direction of movement. Something was going screwy then though, because that should be turning off. So reverse mode is doing something wrong. What we're doing? Walk, reverse. What's going on here? Something else turning that should be. No. Yeah, there's a few controls here that are doing things they shouldn't be. So, right control. Then right. Hawk gyros. Turn right. Nope, yep, so we're going over there. Fix that. Dom. Walk, reverse. Oh, right. Walk off. Vanilla subgrid thrusters. Same principle as the moving arms and stuff. I've actually got vanilla subgrid thrusters on this mech that I can show you, because it's got a pair of thrusters, one on the bottom of each foot. I've not got an awful lot of fuel left, but if I stick flight mode back on again, hang on, turn that off, turn flight mode on, you can see when I press up, those thrusters kick in, and when I stop pressing up, they turn off, and when I press forwards, they turn on, and they turn off. So yeah, you can see there on my toolbar, they turn on and they turn off, and they turn on and they turn off, as they respond to the same controllers that are controlling the arm movement, and the way they are set up is Bum 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 bum. Foot controllers. Off. So basically, what is happening is light up. For instance, when it thrusts up, as well as triggering the timers that control all the arm movements, it's also triggering these foot thruster override triggers, timers, which are two pairs of timers, one for thrusters on, one for thrusters off, and basically the way they work is when the thruster that the event block is assigned to is activated, it triggers this first timer, which increases the thrust override on the two thrusters on the feet, and it's set up to do it on each page because increasing thrust override, the action increases the thrust override by 5% each time, so you need a total of 20 actions to get from 0 to 100. Each timer block has only got 10 pages in it. So I do that 10 times, trigger the second block, do it another 10 times, and that gets me all the way to 100%. And I do the same in reverse to take it all the way back down to 0. That one. There you go. Yeah. And so yeah, it's just triggering those two timers, and that I just whacks the thrust override on the two foot thrusters all the way up and all the way down, depending on whether the control thrusters are firing or not. And you can use the same principle again for controlling subgrid wheels. For example, this gun tank that I've been building has got a subgrid here with a load of wheels, a subgrid, and then another two subgrids with a load of wheels, and the control position is up here, so it's got technically 1, 2, 3, 4 subgrids between those wheels and the control position, but you can use timer blocks and thrusters to do the same thing, because thrusters are like the one block that can trigger event blocks that you can use using the keyboard or using a control pad. So that this has got somewhere inside it, tucked away in the back, a bunch of thrusters on this main grid that you control it from, that is triggering event blocks, which are in turn controlling the propulsion override on all of these wheels in reverse and forward directions. So essentially I can drive forward, handbrake, and drive reverse, all on a subgrid, no scripts, just vanilla blocks. And I've also set up a turning control, like tank style turning system, so that when you press left and right, the left wheels go backwards, the front wheels go forwards, and vice versa, so it actually has like tank turning, and again, that's all vanilla too. And it's just being controlled by thrusters triggering propulsion override or thrust override, depending whether you want subgrid wheels or subgrid thrusters. And if you want a handbrake to work on something with subgrid wheels, all you need to do is tuck a remote control block into the same grid that the wheels are attached to. And then you can have a brake control, which literally turns on the handbrakes on those remote control blocks. So now I've got a handbrake on and a handbrake off, which is in turn tied into an event control block, which is turned on and off by a light. And you can make a handbrake for it by sticking another thruster on your main body, pointing it up, and you can use the spacebar to activate a handbrake like that. So I'm pressing the spacebar there. I can't drive forwards or backwards because the handbrake is on. If I release it, I can drive forwards and backwards. And if I drive forwards and pick up some speed, slam on the spacebar, I come to an abrupt stop. And that's all just subgrid controls being controlled by event blocks. Because event blocks are absolutely smegging brilliant. They are like my favourite new thing in the entire world. I can't remember which one I was working on now. Is it this one? Yeah, probably it's this one. Yeah, it will be that one, because that one's got less thrusters. That's an older model. But yeah, there's so much you can do with event blocks to make things a bit more interesting. And there's so much you can do with event blocks that you used to have to rely on scripts for. You can automate loads of it now. Right, I do still need more smeg and thrusters though. Because it's just not quite balanced enough. Where can I get more thrusters? Oh, not in there. There's a hydrogen tank in the way. I can't really get it there. I need more sideways thrusters. I could potentially tuck another one in there, but it would look not great. And it would only be one more. Oh yeah, we could tuck two more in there. Because that's as far forward as that leg comes, so that's not going to get in the way. Oh, crap. Didn't need to delete them. Yeah. Clang. What we need is more of these little blocks. What I need to do is I need to put a couple couple of T-blocks in. I'm going to have one like that and one like that. Now we get those thrusters back in, and we get 2 more thrusters in each side. Cool. I know that fuel's going to run out in a minute anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Just call that one C02 again. Dun, 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 dun. Left, right, 4, 5. 5 and 6. 7. And 8. 4 them. 9. 10. That's 5, 6. 7. 'Then if we put that there, it would absolutely dust off the leg, so no. Leave that at that height. That's 7. 8. That's 9. That one gets to be 10. To completely redo the thruster timers again. Couldn't get any more in the back because we haven't got the space. Get any there. Nope, definitely can't get any in there because we haven't got room. When we're doing things like this, we start running out of space. Can't put anything there because there's a great big hydrogen tank in the way. No reason we weren't putting anything here. Oh yeah, batteries. Batteries can move. Oh, but the arms come way forward of that, don't they? Yeah, the arms will come right across that, so we don't want the thrusters dusting off the arms. I might have to start thinking about maybe putting subgrid thrusters legs. Ah, put them that way around though. Damn it. If I grind that out, is it going to make everything collapse? Probably not. Right. Copy and paste time. You are an outdated model, so you can go. Because I don't want to confuse the matter. Let's copy and paste one of them. Just in case it all goes tits up. I'll take that out. And get back in on that angle. Then I could make use of the the conveyor port on the outside of the leg. Probably not many other places I can squeeze in any thrusters. But yeah. Well, we know they're connected up. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's still the wrong thing. That's the right thing. There we go. We'll call these H2 leg. Right. Oh, hang on. We also want to turn that off so it can rinse all the fuel. V2. That would be 3. Settings, paste. That is going to be left. R01. Copy settings, copy all. Be 02. That can be 03. And then we can rebuild some of the stuff that I deleted. It would probably help if I had mirror mode switched back on, dickhead. That can all go there. That can go there. That can go there. Mirror mode can get turned off, otherwise it's going to get confusing. Right. So then we can jumper them up like so. Right. So, the inertial dampeners on them should work, even without subgrid control. They're going to be left and they're going to be right, which means I'm going to need another 4 timers for left and right subgrid control. I know exactly where to put them, I think. Oh. No, because I've got those on the way. Or gyros on them. Oh, damn it. I'm going to put them there. Oh, wait, no, I only need... no, I do need a pair. Got 2 different directions I'm playing with. I need left, I need right, I need a way to turn them off. Oh no, 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 no. On, off, off, off. So I need 8 actually. Because I need 4 for each direction. Yeah, so I need 4 in fact. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I will just shove them in there either side. So we're gonna have 1. Oh, we're gonna have mirror mode first, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, cool, right. So that is gonna be what's it gonna get? Oh, confusing. So that wants to be thruster left on for now. Name it better later on. Thruster on 0-1. Paste thruster on 0-2. Thruster left off 0-1. And thruster left off 0-2. We'll have the same thing on this side, but opposite. So thruster right on 0-1. Right on 0-2. Thruster right off 0-1. Off 0-2. Right. So that will then control those three. In theory. I just called them foot thrusters, didn't I? Thrust. Left. You know what? I'm gonna call it leg thruster left, because that'll make it easier. See what I'm doing for now. We add thruster right. That, and that, like that. Right, so we've got a leg thruster system. So, when we fly left, we want these three thrusters down here to increase their thrust override. So, got leg L0. We've got these three. We need to increase their thrust override 20 times. Because we can't have a selection of increase increments rather than just getting a default 5%. Hang on. I'm doing the wrong thrusters because I'm a tit and I'm not reading the smegging page. I want left. No, I don't. Hang on, here I do. Yeah, I do. I'm being an idiot. Yes, I do. Not both. Gets confusing depending which side of the body you put the thrusters on. So they're on the right hand side of the body, but they move me to the left. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm being stupid. Don't matter. Start again. So we want to increase the propulsion override on all of these 10 times each. That's the wrong one. And finally 1, 2, and 3. Right, that's all of them. And then that will then trigger left on number 2. We'll do the exact same thing again. Leg left. We'll increase the thrust override on all of these all the way up to 100%. Because that's about as accurate as I can make subgrid thrust control at the minute. And I'm pretty certain that's how all of the subgrid control scripts do it anyway. Right, so that's all that. So we need to do left off now. Leg, left, decrease, decrease, decrease. It's really boring and long-winded, but the results are satisfying, so it is worth it. Because I've tried doing this method with just a single decrease thrust override action and a trigger the same block action, and it just has issues switching between the two modes. So this has ended up being the easier option. Wrong one. And that wants to trigger off number 2. And then off number 2 wants to do the same thing. So do leg, left, off, off, off. All these decrease off for the final time, and then it should work nicely. And then we can test it to make sure it actually works before we tie it into our control systems. Right, there's all of that. Leg, left. We turn them on. We're on the wrong side. We're over here. There we go. Right. Leg thruster left. Click the wrong one. On. There you go. That triggers them all up to there. And then off. Trigger that, turns them all off again. On. Off. Cool. They can all be turned off. We just need to do the same for the right thrusters. Decrease, decrease, decrease. Then if we add any more subgrid thrusters going left or right, we can just tie them into this set of timer blocks. Oop, wrong one. Because I prefer using timer blocks to group functions together rather than using groups, because trying to group different kinds of blocks together and getting them to perform actions gets a bit messy and confusing. That was block right off. Leg right off. Trigger. Leg right. Off. 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 More boring. Off, off, off. Right. Nearly have this system working in a minute. And hopefully, after all of this effort, it's not going to clang out and just make hideous noises. Because that's the reason I ditched the jetpack thrusters. Because they were just clanging around, but I think that might be more to do with the size and weight of the grid they were attached to. Right, last set of these boring ass controllers, timers. Leg right. So this one is on, and on. Wish there was a faster way of doing this. I wish you could select multiple items of the same type and then right click the same action. That would be great. Would somebody make a mod for that? That wouldn't be essential to the mechs once they've been published. It just helped me build them easier. Anything that helps me make mechs easier is nice. Oop, wrong thing. Increase, increase, increase. We are on right on 01, right on 02 trigger. Right, last one. Leg right. Increase, increase, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To be honest, I haven't actually watched Gundam Wing or anything related to Gundam Wing in years. I used to be obsessed with it when I was a teenager. I haven't watched it in a very long time. But there's also about a million different shows and series and spin-offs of spin-offs of spin-offs. I can't even remember where to start anymore. Right, so that should be all of them. If we go around here. Leg, right, thrusters, on. Leg, on. Trigger, they're all on. Trigger, they're all off. Cool. So, we could do with, first of all, getting some more fuel back in this thing. What would I do? Turning the lights back on so we can see what I'm doing. Oh, looks about right. Hopefully that's in line. Looks about right. Is it going to go far enough? Yes it is, that'll do. Switch lock. So then that should start automatically refilling. There it goes. Full of hydrogen. Ping, we are full again. Right. So, thruster controls. God damn it, we moved stuff, didn't we? Deleted stuff. We added reverse C01, C03, forward. Three. H2 reverse. C0. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2, 4. On, and on. And thrusters off will also have those missing. H2 reverse C. Full center. Off and off. And then leg thrusters can go off, 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 and off. Right. That should make some kind of sense. That arm will retract to give us some room. And then I can activate flight mode. If I deactivate walk mode, because I put a failsafe in there to stop them conflicting. Well, there's still some thrusters there that aren't on. But where's it in there thing? Oh, I've not tied the smegging thrusters into the controls now, have I? Let's turn that off. Because there's some left and right thrusters I've missed. Thrusters on. Turn that on so I don't fall over. On. This is 7 and 8. H2 left. L0 C. Left. All the down ones, those are all the left, and all the right ones. You know what? Let's just start again with the left and right thrusters. But left, right. Yeah. So the legs. Eight, 9 and 10 are the ones that are missing. Yeah, 7 and 8. On. Right. On. H2, left 7 and 8. Off. And right 7 and 8. Off. And off. Right. So, flight controls, left and right. Flight right. It's not that one, it's the actual control one. Because flight forwards does the foot override thrusters. So we want flight right. Oh god, there's not enough space left. I have to condense stuff down. Flight right. Turn right. And stop. Turn right. That's the gyro control, isn't it? That's not going to do much when I'm turning the gyro control off during flight movement, so we can delete that. Oh, God's sake. Flight left. That'll have the same thing, won't it? Left control, left, right, off, turn left and right, which isn't going to do shit. Because I've turned those gyros off. So, leg, left, thrusters. Oh yeah. Yeah, having things return to their original position is always a bit of a pain in the arse, but always a consideration of mine. You just need to remember basically which direction you want to be the default position, and just always have an action that returns it to that position as like the last action in your cycle, so it's not conflicting with anything else. So we want thrusters left, on, off. Oh, wrong one, damn it. On, off, trigger, off, on, alternate trigger. There you go. Right, that should be right. And then right, right. All this turn stuff can get deleted. That's not being used here anymore. Leg, right. On. Off. Trigger. Off. On. Trigger. Right. That should now work. There you go. All the thrusters are on. If I press left, there you go, the thrusters in the leg are kicking in. If I press right, they're kicking in. Ah, the only problem though is the inertial dampening. Because as I push harder to the left, those thrusters on the left leg fight with it. But it's working, and it's not clanging. I can try and figure out a workaround for the inertial dampening on those legs later, but for now, that works pretty much as intended. Ugh. All that dusting off those central thrusters though, I don't like that. But, not much I can do about that. That's what I get for trying to look at it from a different angle. We don't have enough thrust to get ourselves off the ground, do we? No. Can we? Right, we definitely still need more forward thrusters. But it's mostly working as intended. Yeah, sweet. Right, there you go. That's how you set up some subgrid thrusters. The most basic of forms. Right. We know all of this stuff works. Remove all of this rubbish from here. That can stay, that can stay. We know all of that works. We know all of that works. We know they're all working. Oh crap! That's something I forgot about, wasn't it? Something wasn't quite right with walk controls, was it? I remember there being an issue in here with something. Yeah, because that's doing that. That shouldn't be doing that. So reverse mode. activating. Oh, I know what it might be. Roll assist. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's not over 50. That'll be a problem. Right, that's that. That's that. There you go. I think we've solved. Problems. Everything's turning off properly now. Yep, cool. Okay. Sound. I think we solved that. So, after all that screwing around, we're still alright at walking. Yeah, we're still alright at walking. I'll say that right as the legs start fucking up, but... I'll behave yourself. Maybe I can do with fine-tuning the walk cycle a little bit. But... for now, it is working fine. As fine as I like it to. Right, so I can return to that. We can turn walk mode off, we can turn flight mode back on, he tries to do a backflip. Why not? Oop. Yeah, it's still burning through fuel real damn fast though. But that's a limitation of... That'll do. That looks like it might actually be lined up half decent. That docking controller. Yeah, oh in fact, the refueling controller. What did that do? That was completely full, damn. Two timers left and they're in weird, odd, out of place places. Where could I fit one more spark plug? I need one for refueling. Switch stuff on. I need one for refueling to switch stuff off. But I don't really need to see them particularly. That first about where I put them. In fact, there we go, those two gaps there that I didn't know what to do with earlier. Doesn't really make a difference. Refueling. Has refueling got 2 L's or 1 L? Refueling on. Refueling off. The refueling system, when that gets triggered, we want all the tanks to stockpile on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. O2 can go there. Also want it to turn off that sign. Turn off that sign. So either of them are switched on. Yeah. And then when it is detached, we want it to turn stockpile off. On everything. And that'll be that. We don't want it to automatically restart anything. Not at the moment anyway. So you reverse that. In it comes. Still need to squeeze more thrusters in somewhere. I really hate those legs dusting off that. I thought that being there would be clear. Ah. Yeah, no, it's just not, is it? No, we are nowhere close. We are 6 meters away still. What? How are we that far away? There you go, that'll do. We are close enough. Right. Switch lock. That should be refilling. Should I turn that off? It's not deactivating walk mode. Oh, because I'm not. Didn't tie any of those into there, did I? I haven't done any of this. Right. Refueling. Fueling. On. Off. Trigger. Off. On. Alternate trigger. Right, so that is now refueled. When we detach, it does that. So now, don't fall over. We reverse that back again, back into its docking position. Oh, hello, Imperium. You didn't expect me to be streaming this long. It's only been an hour and 20 minutes. I usually do like about 3 hours. Oh, hello, Dr. Headbonk. Hello again. The build's going quite well. So that's locked on, which has turned that off. Oh, it's actually looking at me now. Yeah, Dr. Headbonk, the build's going pretty well. I've done quite a fair bit more on the cockpit. I've been experimenting with some subgrid thruster controls, and they're going pretty well so far. Nothing's clanging too badly. The walk function is doing alright. It's sort of got a reverse mode that's kind of working. It's a bit clangy because the front of the feet are longer than the back of the feet. And it's got loads of subgrid controls now to control those thrusters. As I use the keyboard inputs, the thrusters on the subgrids on the legs actually do stuff now. Pop anyway. Yeah, foot thrusters. Well, the real one has foot thrusters. And I tried building them earlier and they were a clangy mess, but I've come back to them with a slightly different idea. And they work pretty well now. And yeah, you can fly around quite well. Yeah, still, cheers man, I'm still working out a few of the issues with it. Biggest one being flight time and fuel consumption. There's a few other things I need to tweak. But yeah, not doing too bad. We'll need to adjust some of the parameters for the subgrid controls. Something seems to be fighting with my forward thrusters. But it's got a few minutes of flight time in it. It does have a slight bit of balance issues though when warp mode isn't activated. But we've got some gyro control systems in there to make it kind of self-righting. No, flight forward, that's what I was having difficulty with before. By flight reverse. If I take that off there, will that behave better? Go forwards like that. Go reverse like that. I think that might be better actually. I might change the forward flight position a little bit. But it works pretty well. You've never really done what subgrid thrusters and stuff like that. If that was what you mean, I have experimented with it before in the past and had mixed results at best. But it seems to be working fairly well on this. I think a lot of the issues with subgrid thrusters tend to be about thrust output versus the... Oh, and I've just run out of fuel. I think a lot of the issues with subgrid thrusters is down to, like I was saying, the thruster output versus... Whoa, Jesus, what's going on there? Versus the mass of the subgrid they're attached to. Because originally there was these thrusters here were on a subgrid and moved up and down, and they were a clangy, ungodly mess. They were just clanging and making horrendous noises. Whereas the ones on the feet and the legs seem to be fine, and I think that is because there's a whole load of mass and armour and stuff attached to that thruster as well. Same with those ones, whereas these thrusters at the back were literally just a massive thruster on a hinge directly onto the back of the mech. and they were clanging all over the place. And I think it's because they were just outputting too much force for the hinge to deal with, and it was just creating clang problems. But yeah, I've experimented with subgrid thruster things before, but the results haven't been that great. But as I've said before, now that we've got event blocks, we can do all kinds of cool shit that you might not have thought about or realised that you can do. Because I spent a couple of weeks figuring out how to do all of this walk mechanisms using light as on-off switches, and then like halfway through doing that had a brainwave of realising I could use thruster output to trigger the timer blocks, because originally my mechs just had like a timer block or a pair of timer blocks on the toolbar to turn the walk cycle on and off. And now that we've got the event controllers, you can get an event controller, tie it to a thruster, and have the thruster turn the walk mechanism on and off for you, which is so much better. Right, there we go. We are automatically refueling. We have automatically turned off the walk and flight controls. We need to sort all of that out, because that's actually a set of controls from a different mech. I've just copied and pasted it for the format. We'll need to figure out how to get more Megan thrusters in there. Oh god, we're right on the brink of 300 tons. Ugh. That's a lot. Some of that might be the ice that's in my pocket, but probably not gonna do a great deal of difference. You think you need to work more with event controllers? Yeah, do it, man. Event controllers are so cool. They open up so many options, because they ultimately they've got the same functionality as a sensor. They've just got a binary on and off switch, like an action and another action. But because of the various parameters they've got, you can do all sorts of stuff with them. Because most of the all the leg controls are just block on and off events being controlled by one of the blue little blinking lights, and then all of those blinking lights are just doing things with hinges and doing things with rotors, and so turning these lights on and off will make things move. Probably not best to do it with the legs. Do it with the arms. Arm lights. There you go. Just turning off that light does that. 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 There's lots of stuff you can do with event controllers. Because there's event controllers in there controlling the return mechanism on this head. So I turn the head off. There's an event controller set up to reset the velocity on that rotor when it gets to about 0. And then that makes the head stop fairly close to 0. Then if I turn it on again, it'll do its thing. You're gonna look at me. There you go, it's looking at me. Do that, turn it off again. And there you go, resets back to the centre. I've thought about trying to do a similar thing with the legs and trying to get them to reset in the middle. The only issue I have with that is they're all set at different velocities. And you can only increase the velocity of hinges and rotors in small grid in increments of 6 RPM at a time, and that winds me the feck up. I really wish we could do increments of 1. Yeah, well, if you're used to sensors and timers, event controllers are just like... the way I use event controllers is the same way as using event sensors and timers. You've just got more options and more parameters with which to control things. Because I've got event blocks in here that are looking at hinges, I've got event blocks that are looking at thrusters, I've got event blocks that are looking at rotors. There's one looking at that docking connector on the back. There are event controllers looking at that sign there itself that sign itself is a switch for the head, because there is an event controller looking at that head, that sign, which activates all of that stuff. So that hollow LCD in itself is the trigger for that head mechanism. And it's the same with that arm there. That turns on the AI for that arm, which hasn't got anything to target right now. So it probably ain't going to do much. Oh, there we go. It's looking at me because I've still got friendly fire turned on it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to change the arm settings. Arm left off. Oh yeah, right. Because that's still on the old system. I've put lights in for all these arms now, so I can change them to that. That's why it's resetting like that, instead of what the lights are saying on the outside. Right, okay. Yeah, just all the lights on, so arm left off. I can get rid of all of that, because I now have a single light control doing all of that for me. Arm light L 0. Nope. Oh, yeah. On, and on. Does all that instead now. Hang on. Arm right off. Don't need any. Oh, smeg. I've deleted something I shouldn't have. Oh, hand rotor. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Light. On, and on. Do. Finger hinges. Let's have that turn on. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. Have that turn on when the right arm turns on. And do. Right rotor on. Do similar functions but more freedom of placement. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there is a lot more layers to get lost in. That is why naming things comes in really handy, and is really important, because you'll get very confused over what you're doing without it. Finger hinges, right hand on. Finger hinges off. Left hand on. Finger hinges off. And do hand. Left hand rotor on. Fingers, left hand on. Right, so now if I turn the left arm on, the hand opens up as well. There you go, that's a bit better. And when I turn it off, the hand resets, but the arm did not. Why not? Oh, because all the lights are switched on, because the hand's gotten all confused and messed up, that's why. I know. I think. Arm off. What we need to do is, when the left arm turns off, we need to cycle everything off and on first, maybe? Light on. And on. Fingers on. Then we turn that on, turn it off. There we go. That makes sure to cycle through everything first and return it back to normal. Because if we turn the right hand on and go out here, it'll aim at us. And when I turn it off, nothing will happen, because the AI overrides the event controller lights So the lights are still on, but they only do anything when there's a state change in the thing that they're looking at. So yeah, that's why we have to have a power cycle in the arm lights when we reset. Arm, idiot. Arm lights, so we want on, and on. Fingers on. Then we want to turn all of these to off. Because it's a trigger event, it all happens so quickly that you don't even see the lights turn on and off. On. Turn that off. Cool. There we go. You're working on a large grid rover with 32 rotors for suspension without a naming sequence. I end up with Clang taking my build into unforeseen vectors. That will happen if you're trying to put 32 suspension rotors together at the same time. Yeah, the issue with using rotors, pistons and hinges in unison with each other is if they're not all doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, the physics engine will have a shit fit and things will start spinning uncontrollably or imploding or exploding or miraculously flying through the air. Like, if you make a block that's just a pair of pistons pointing at each other and then get the two heads to press against each other, the whole grid will just start flying off in all sorts of crazy random directions. It's why, if you're playing with anything... Yeah, it is quite comical. I've seen all sorts of mad things happen. One of my giant kaiju mechs imploded once, like it had a black hole in the centre. Just everything got sucked into the middle. But I think that was more to do with the rotor strength mod than anything else. But it was still impressive nonetheless. But yeah, if you're going to play around with anything that's got multiple rotors attached to the same grid, the best thing you can do is clamp it to the ground first with a landing gear. Because once something is locked to the floor, it can be as clangy as it wants with the physics, it's not going to go anywhere. That's one of the designs I was considering for this build, but it ended up being stupidly oversized, and as an example ended up needing a double hinge on the neck to support the weight of the head. When you start doing double hinge stuff, things can get sketchy. Like, you need to make sure that you've got all of your stuff the same way round. Like, if that hinge and that hinge, if one of them is the wrong way round, and I tried to increase them both with the same amount of velocity in the same direction, that whole grid would just start spinning uncontrollably as the forces fight each other. So, yeah, multiple hinges and things can be a little sketchy at times. I'm still quite happy the way I've made the hollow screens into some eyes for it, but at a distance you can see the edge of the screens and it kind of looks cool, but it also kind of annoys me. Yes, Clang certainly does keep you on your toes. I've had quite a few clangy things going on recently with some of these builds. Right, I just need to quickly... Yeah, they do kind of look like pupils, that's why I'm not too bothered about them. The older design of head I had was slightly bigger and had 4 of them side by side, and it just looked like a cross in the centre of the eyes, and it looked stupid. But like that, it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, when it was a 4x4 space for the eyes, it looked a bit stupid. Doesn't look too bad like that. Looks kind of like cat's eyes. But they have also got some big ass spotlights tucked behind them, so that when the head AI is active, it's got a spotlight to look around at things. You're looking at that base rather than me. Yeah, you are. Anyway. Right, I'm just going to turn that off. Reset the head back to there. Turn the lights back on. And then I am quickly going to nip the loo. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back very soon. Right, back again. So, we've got most of those basic AI controls in. We still need more thrusters though. When we tip forwards, we fall flat on our face. Oh, and I might have to rebuild some of this grill here. Oop. Do taking that down, not being an idiot. I'll see you later, Dr. Headbonk. Cheers for stopping by, man. Have fun. Right. So. We need more thrusters in the front. Now, don't want to cut this grill to pieces, but I can't think of anywhere else that I can really squeeze any more forward thrusters. It's causing problems. We've got here. There's not what. Not an awful lot we can do about that. We could I don't want to do that though. Does it spoil that bit? We can't really get any in there because we need that space for the cockpit. Damn. We are gonna have to start cutting into there, aren't we? Here we are. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to. It's about the only way I'm gonna get in here. You are outdated. So I could try. If I cut that out of there, there is a fucking battery in the way. Ugh, typical. Ah, I forgot I wasn't in spectator mode. Now, I don't necessarily need 2 gigantic batteries because I don't have an awful lot of things that are running power. At least that magnitude. But, no, because I need a 3 block, yeah, I need a 3 block space to get something there. That's not really enough room for a battery. That is a 3x3x2 space, but that is absolutely going to give me shit when I try and pressurise things. But snag it. This is what cutting and pasting things is for. So there ain't no room lower down, and I ain't getting the batteries tucked away in any of the arms or legs because they're all gigantic conveyor ports. No room down here. Down there. That would conflict with that rotor, so that's a no-go. We ain't got any more room anywhere else, really. Well, there is a double layer of armour there. Would cut out some of that blue. That there. Yeah, that goes all the way to there. Actually, put that out as well. Here you go, that's reclaimed a little bit of space. Don't cut. I can't cut any more than that out. I can cut that back a little bit further to make a bit more space. There you go, that's a little bit better. That's a bit of breathing room at least. Question. Do we need 202 H2 generators in it, really? Realistically, we only actually need one for emergency purposes. Decisions. Right, let's just see what battery looks like when we try and slam it in here. It would fit down there, but is that going to be airtight? Is that going to cause me problems further down the line? Build it like that. That sticks out loads. Sticks out way too much. What I'd like it to. Just put a bloody great big hole down there though. Let's patch that up while we're here. To be honest, that oh no, actually that can stay like that. That can stay like that, and realistically it should be covered up. But I needed the room. Oh, where can we put this back in battery? What is the weight of a small grid battery? 1,000 kilos. What is the weight of a small grid? 300. Ugh. That'll really throw off the centre of mass if I do that way. Bollocks. I might keep those two for now, because 600 kilos ain't a great deal. There's definitely nowhere else I can put just one large small grid battery. No, there is not. Right, fine, for now we are just going to shove it down here until it becomes a problem. I am trying to pressurize this thing later. RX-78-01 battery. So we've got that space back there. Yeah, because the thrusters that control walk mode aren't even barely using 10% of one battery at most. And that is a huge weight off the front. That's 2 tons off the front. Okay, and then let's fill that right back up again with thrusters instead. Where are you going? Why are you leaning? Your roll thrusters doing shit. Nope. Nope. Maybe it's just leveling out with gravity, God knows. Right. So. I don't want to put thrusters there. I liked having the heat vents there. But we need more forward thrusters. We need more forward thrusters. We can't live without them. Right now, I'm just going to paint all that gold so it matches. Because I forgot to paint that gold earlier. So we want the thrusters to sit there on that block, which means we need the conveyor pipes for it to sit there. There. And there. And then we will also need at least one block there covering that gap, and then probably more covering these shitty gaps, but we'll deal with that later. Dun, dun, dun. Actually got bigger space here than I thought we had. Let's take that out. Oh, if I delete that, that thruster's going to fall off. That'll upset me. I'll do that for now. Down here we can go from. Yeah, we'll just go that way. One, two, three. Like that. Delete that. Then we have to. Oh no, we could do. That, then have that and that connected all the way up. Then we can take some of that pop them in there. then that grill doesn't look as cool now. But it's more functional. Which is the aim. Bum 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 bum. Good old beam block tips. Like that. Or like that. Like that. Like that. Do it that way. I have to probably get more thrusters in and just do that instead. Because that top one looks kind of crap. We took that out. And replaced it with them. Deleted that, and then they'd obviously all fall off, because they've got nothing to attach to now. Bollocks. Can't do it that way. Shit. But the idea I was having, anyway. Delete them. Delete that. That can output there like that. That can sit there like that. Nope. Let's delete that one on that side. If we change that one to one of these god-awful looking things, because we still don't have a cross section for the new funky reinforced conveyors. Way better. Look way better. But we can have that, 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 and then another one of the god-awful blocks, like that. And then we could have a couple more heat vents up there. Like that, like that. I have no idea where I was up to with those. 7, 8. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would now be 4, 5, 6. That would be. I've not just built them the wrong way around, have I? Yes, I have, because I'm a dumbass. Really? Are we still doing that stupid nonsense where the model is actually the opposite way round of how it actually works? No? Or are those heat vents just being stupid? Turn that off. Build them like that. There we go. Oh, it was just... Yeah, it's just the heat vents being stupid. The doors on them. It's fine. It's all fine. Alright, so we've got to name them again then. Heat vent. 01. Do. It's going to be number 4. Copy settings. Copy all. Number 5. Number 6. Let's get rid of them. Paste that. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Right, they'll all sort that shit out when the power cycle's around. So we've now. Oh yeah, we need an extra block there to cover that gap. That is the wrong kind of block. There we go. So we now have 6 more thrusters on the front. Hang on. Let's fill in that gap too. Let's put mirror mode on again. So do it like that. To be honest, we may as well do that like that all the way down. And more thrusters. Right, that is 12 more thrusters on the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Ugh. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. It's a lot of thrusters on the front. So that then needs to be 11. 12. 13. Oh, you're right, Deathlock, you're right, Ramboli. And 14. Right. That makes sense, sort of. Copy settings, copy all. That's number 4. That's number 5. Oh, I wish there was a way of naming things automatically. 6. 4. 4. 5, 6. 7. 8. Hang on. 8. 9. 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. 11. 12. 13, 14. Yeah, right, cool. Ugh, we then need to tie all of those new thrusters into the thrust control system. But first I want to try and figure out a way of making this not look shit. My choices are pretty much that. Which is the wrong damn way around. But it's the only block I know of that small that allows the pass-through of thruster flames without causing damage. We'll do it like that, the way around I want. It looks better, but there's nothing to connect it in the middle. Game. Unless I did something like that and then it'd look crap. Yeah. And then yeah, that particularly good. Because I want it to still look like the grill on the front chest. The grill runs side to side, not top to bottom. Dum 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 dum. The tricks we could use. What about no, because you just have the same shit problem. Did it like that, then tucked that behind. It would still look crap. Smeg it, I'm just going to leave it like that for now, because I could spend the next 10 years tearing my hair out over Refueling. I get way too obsessed with it. Dude. Problem is, I will just use that block, but that gets destroyed by thrusters. That one doesn't, because the flames can pass through the middle without doing any damage. But it's only got connection points on the 2 sides. Oh, 4 sides actually, but not the ones where you want them. And if I did it that way around, the grills would be running top to bottom instead. And that would annoy the crap out of me even more. So we'll leave that like that for now. To add all these new reverse thrusters to here. Because we've got loads and loads and loads of new thrusters now. And I'm actually running out of space. Nearly. Right. This is all getting very confusing now, because these are all reverse thrusters. I've got 2 pages of them now, at least. No, 3 and a bit pages of them. Let's start again from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse low. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh, crap, we're running out of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, there's basically no more space left in this timer block. Cool. Hopefully I've not missed any. So H2 reverse thrusters. Reprogram all of these as well. So off 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. That is all the thrusters I can pretty much fit into those timers. So, now we've got full fuel, walk mode is on, turn walk mode off, turn flight mode on, fly up into the air. All of our new thrusters are on. There we go. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I need some kind of light on the feet to indicate to me when I am at ground level, because it is hard to tell. Oop, shit. Oh, there's some bit of crap stuck on one of my feet. What the hell is in there? Oh, there's that little fleck of gold. Gold scaffolding block, whatever it is, truss block. Right, okay. So those forward thrusters work. We've got plenty of rear thrust. We are unfortunately over 300 tons now, but that was kind of to be expected. Let's turn the lights back on so I can see what I'm doing. What mode? Activate. Might need to adjust that tilt rotor again. I think it's leaning too far forwards again now as it walks. Well, it's still walking. That'll do me. What other stupid crap did I want to do with this thing? Oh yeah. Oh, lights. That can only lift that far. LS rotor. Where are you? You are at your top limit, which is 45. I want it to be more than that. Now, arm light LE hinge. That off. Arm LE. What's that? 75. You know what, we'll leave it as it is for now. Yeah, so arm rotor LS. Right, there you are. So we want you to go further back. It's 170, like 180. Pretty far back, but not quite far enough. Not quite on the right angle. Arm LE hinge. What happens if I make you 85? That's a little bit better. Is one block too far forward. God damn it. That is so annoying. LS. Reverse that. Make it 170. Reverse that again. 175. Dum 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 dum. Arm. Rotor. LS. 175. That's not too bad. Let's stick a thing on there. Almost in line with it. And light. Reverse. And light. So that's not too bad, that's pretty close. I did actually make that 180. 180 is too much. 175 is not enough. 177. Ooh, 177 is pretty good. I could have a thing sticking off there and potentially have, now this is the real crux of the issue. It's the rotor heads. Rotor heads are quite a long way off. Oh, that's on a hinge. And I actually want to do I want to attach that on a rotor instead and do some really mad bollocks? That was the wrong thing. That was the right thing. Because I don't actually need a posh rotor. Technically, I only need a basic rotor to try and do the ludicrous idea that I've had. Dum dum dum. Try something like that for now. No, actually, that's not quite thick enough, is it? But we can still actually build it. Because why not? What we'd need is a bunch of them. Yeah, I had a feeling that thumb was going to get in the way, but still testing ideas, so that's fine. And that'd be something like that. Maybe. Yeah, it seems about the right size. And then again, what is, which one's which? LE rotor. Turn that off. The hand comes out there. On. is that as far back as that goes? Well, that absolutely needs to open up further. What's it on? 0. Minus 45 for now. Might actually have to set up a separate control for the thumb. Reverse. So that can reverse in like that. It's on that angle. It would be a little too far out. But if we reversed it back in. Oh wait, no, hang on. That's the wrong button. On. Off. Just want to put that on a bit more of an angle. That. Yeah, sure, inertial sensor. Right, so that is too far. Ugh. Yeah, that's got a bit of a problem, I think. Five. Angle a little better, but it's way off. The arm is way off. Might be further than I'd like it to be. Actually. It's angled into place, it's not too horrific. That was probably going to cause some horrible clanginess. Angled about there. Oop, that's the wrong way around. Its lower limit, like 25. Oh, hang on. Minus 4. Upper limit wants to be 25. I can reverse in like that. And it can spend most of its time on that angle like that. Yeah, and that reverse it. Like so. Sort of, hopefully. Oh. Annoyingly, I think this whole thing wants to be like 2 blocks further back. But the option is to do that. Aren't great. Because if that's at 90 and that's at 180, then it's all the way back here. Which is a bit far back. But out there, do that possibly. If we lock that. That might help a little bit. Because ultimately, I want to do something really, really, really stupid. Try and do something really, really, really stupid. Because they're both pointing in opposite directions, aren't they? Zero's at the top of that one. That one, right. So, that moved into there. Those rotors are not close enough to attach. Damn. Do that. Still a bit sketchy. This is completely don't turn that off. Limit to 29. Like that. B. Ugh. Too far out in horrendous ways. goes all the way to 90. Maybe mag plates. Yeah, I've considered mag plates, and I've also considered connectors. What I want to do is stupid. I want to keep these as I don't want them to ever be separated from the grid. Basically, I want it to stay as part of the grid, because if I use mag plates or connectors, they'll line up crappy with the hands. And they'll look all wonky. Whereas, if I try and use rotors, because if I use mag plates, I'd have to make it a full block and stick a mag plate on the outside. Whereas if I use rotors, it will, if I swap the rotor connection from here to here, then it all stays as part of the same grid. Like, the idea is I want these rotors to connect first, and then that rotor to disconnect second. And then, that way, what is eventually going to be the stupid laser swords never actually leaves the grid at all. It's never separate. But that's the theory anyway. But it's a stupid idea I had way after I started designing the arms and the backpack. And realistically, I need to move everything 2 blocks back, and I'm not fucking doing that. I'm just not. What I could do. The other thing I could do, potentially, is I don't want to have to, because I can't put a hinge in here without making the hand 3 blocks longer, which will make the problem even worse. That arm is tucked in, yeah, about as far as it can go sensibly. So, what I want to do, I'll drop that all the way in instead. That looks like it lines up a bit nicer, but it probably doesn't. Then if I tip that into there, yeah, it's too far off. And if I need to adjust these settings anyway. Right, yeah. So that's at its upper limit. What does that want to be close enough? See, that's pretty damn close now. .5 degrees look like. 5 degrees Oh, it's almost bang on the money. Literally just a few centimeters too high. That is so fucking annoying. Oh, actually, we could adjust that. That doesn't need to be as low as it is. Oh, there you go. That lines up all right-ish. Enough to kind of do what I want it to do. So that means the arm needs to drop down to 5 degrees. But that's the wrong limit. That's at 5 degrees. I want it to be able to turn in more than that. So it's probably gonna have to be event controller time. Yeah, because on the planners, that will move in, lock onto them. Got it. Let's set that to that for now. Reverse that. They get pretty damn close. Attach. Attach. Detach. Ah, oh, that's miles off though. That's going to be the problem, is reattaching it. But that is the theory, that they do that, and then bam, he's got a sword in his hand. And then the thumb. Oh yeah, need to finish that gap there. And then the thumb can close around it. Which might again need another event controller. Stop it closing all the way. It actually closes right into that gap. But then yeah, that's the idea. And then beyond that, I was thinking about sticking a projector in there and then just projecting a big red line of blocks for like the laser. Then that would go back down there and be fucking miles away. What is the problem? Realistically, it wants to be one block over. I don't want to put it one block over. I'm not going through all the hassle of making the arm one block the auto, that is too much of a pain. And that's just too far away to catch anything, isn't it? Way too far away. Yeah, you'd never get that. What if that was actually 170? That is so damn close. Not quite close enough. Damn it. Bum 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 bum. 65. 25. 170 is not close enough to attach. No, it is. Would not. Zero. It's not happy about it, but it's just about close enough. I'm not happy about that particularly, but it's close enough. Just about. That's 67. Make it 65. And that's the best angle we're going to get with that. Ugh. Make the limit 70. I made that 75. We bring that back. No. That's a shitty angle then. We are Literally just one block out. One block out. So, what if we tried changing this? What if we had a small hinge with a small hinge on it? Or rather, the other way around. That way. That way. We can pitch that down a bit. Pitch that forward a bit. I've actually pitched that right down. Where's that rotor facing? Then stick a basic rotor on the top of that, with the 0 pointing up so it's in the right direction. Take that off. Reverse that back into position. Oh, look how close we are now. That's much better. What if we get that hand to sit at 0-ish? That's about 0. Yeah. That's -5. Oh, look at that. Look how close we are now. That is not too bad at all. So we made that -6. Ugh. Yeah, about -6. It's -22. Make that 22. That 22. That can be 12. 12 for now. And that doesn't want any limits on it at the moment. Yeah, so then that could attach like so. detach. Not freaking the hinges out too much. Then we could detach that. Detach that. Button back up. That would need shear inertia tensor, that would need shear inertia tensor, then that lower limit. Just lower limit. That could just go wrong thing. I could go to 10 degrees. And it could be set to million. That's because it's got 2 damn subgrids on it. Three, four, 5, 6. That's the lower limit can be 0. So it's that. Just be locked all the time when it doesn't need to be in use. Hopefully that makes a difference. I don't know. And that's just going to wobble otherwise without that on, which is annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1 million. Obviously, the hand will have to open and the fingers close into position. Do it like that, turn that on. Handle open, that'll move in like that. That and that will both unlock. And then that will tip forward. In fact, it doesn't need to be 6 RPM, that's a bit much. RPM even. Yeah, let's do that. Then I can do that. 6 RPM is a bit much. clanging into that. It's actually a little bit too close. Set that to 74. No, it's not clanging, but it's a bit too far out again. We actually make that 13 degrees. Degrees. That's pretty decent. And that can slot in there, and then that can attach. That can attach. That detach, and it's about close enough for that to attach again, and that to detach and detach. Cool, right. There is a whole lot of programming that needs to go into that. Then that will reverse out of there and reverse back to there. Then that arm will reverse back like that. Oh yeah, because its health limit isn't actually that much. Then that would reverse back down like that. And that hand would want to close back up on the way down. So the first thing it'd do was the hand would open. Arm would start moving up. The rest of the arm would move into position. And once that arm is in position, that rotor would pitch forward. Hinge, and then that hinge would pitch to the side, and then that would attach, that would attach, so it's got no central point of movement in it, and then that would detach, and then the arm would move back into position. Oh yeah, and I forgot about that. I need to figure out something to do with that thumb. But then yeah, there you go. You've got the laser sword in its hand then. And then, in theory, we can program it to move the arm back up there, move that arm back into position there, and then that's in position there. That can attach again. The hand can open up again. And then that can detach. And that can detach. That would reverse back out of position. That would reverse back into position. Then the arm would return to its default position. And while that hand is swinging round, we could deactivate the hinge again, so the hand closes up. Cool. Oh, I'm really annoyed I've had to put a third subgrid in there to pitch it in the right direction. But we can just have it locked all the time and we don't need it. But for now, that works pretty damn well. Soon we'll have this laser sword, even if it does absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm intending to put some kind of gun in the top of the hand anyway, so it's got some kind of weapons. It's got the conveyor ports for it. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. And how badly does that wobble when we walk around? Not too bad. I think it definitely needs to adjust that tilt rotor setting. It's going a bit mad sometimes. Pitch the mech faults. But it's doing too badly. That one, if we lock it, that one, we lock it and take share inertia tensor off, which gets all wobbly. Cool. Yeah, I might actually want to take the elbow movement out of the walk now, because I've changed his limits on the arm so much, so it can reach back. His arms are swinging way higher, which is probably also throwing off the weight a bit more. But oh yeah, that's an issue with that. I want them to be able to reach all the way back. I'll have to change that arm position. That's sort of... won't be too bad though. Yeah, we'll definitely have to adjust some more settings on that. But for now, we're going to leave that there, because that's been another 3 hours. But I am quite liking that the arm lights, well, the arms can just about move back enough to do what I want them to do. With a little bit of persuasion. Oh yeah, because then the hand needs to open, doesn't it? Or the fingers. The arm lights. Yeah, and that can grab that once it's pitched into the right direction. But yeah, we'll leave that there for now. We've got a whole bunch of subgrid thrusters done. Almost got away to equip. Oh, that hand turning, doesn't it? Well, yeah, we'll figure out all of that craziness next time. Yeah, cheers for everyone that dropped in to say hello and check in on all the mad nonsense that I've been doing. And I will be back for more of it tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. Well, today's Friday, technically it's 1 in the morning where I am. But yeah, I'll probably be back around midday tomorrow, so about 12 hours from now, give or take, for some more crazy mech nonsense. So I will see you guys later, and cheers for tuning in. Bye for now.